What about you?
Hi, so I am 100% single. I just got out of a 3.5-year relationship like 4 months ago. Prior to that, my longest relationship was about 4.5 years, and that was like my high school sweetheart. I tend to have a lot of long-term relationships. I've had 2 4-year relationships and then 1 3.5-year relationship. I'm a long-term relationship girly.
Gotcha. And you've been single for how long?
Like 3.5 months, which is a long time for me.
Okay. And I'm sorry I missed it. How long was that relationship?
My last 3.5 years.
Okay. And your longest is 4.5?
Yes.
Okay, got it. Have you had a rebound?
Have I had
the
a
most
rebound?
Recent.
Yes.
Is any guys in the picture right now?
No.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Not even?
No. Nothing.
Not even?
I'm not.
What about guys at the club? You date them?
No.
Never?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
I'll play, but I will never take them serious because they're for everyone.
Because you don't play where you
They're
get paid.
for the streets?
They're for everyone in the strip club.
Oh, okay.
For the streets, I feel like they're not going to really mess with like a square girl, but if they're going to be in the club like that often and they're fine and they got money, yeah, they're going to be with every single girl in there.
Okay.
So I don't really try to dabble in that.
Gotcha. Okay. Going back to you actually really quick, I'm going to add this question. Any guys in the picture right now?
No.
Nothing?
Unfortunately. I mean, there's like
Sneaky
people that
link.
there's like
Sneaky
you know,
link?
honestly, I haven't even like hooked up with anyone in like a while. It's kind of like
What's a while?
a good like 6 months. No dick for me.
Okay.
So I'm just basically like fake celibate right now.
Pain.
Well, you
know?
said your relationship ended 6 months ago. So
No,
the
like
last-
8 months ago. That was as long as 6 months, but it ended like last year, like 8 months ago.
Okay. So you had a rebound.
Yeah, I had one.
Okay.
It was just a little
No
one.
guys in the picture?
I mean, there's guys that like, I'm just like busy. There's guys that like I think are like cool or cute or this and that, but it's just, especially in LA, dating is so fucking trash in LA. It's like everyone's busy doing a bunch of shit and, you know, everyone has like a baby mama and 3 girlfriends and fucking all types of bullshit going on. They're fucking everybody raw. So it's just like, you know, rather not.
All right.
Yeah.
And have you ever had a roster at any point in your life?
A roster?
A roster.
I always have a roster.
Always have. Do you have a roster?
That doesn't mean I'm fucking them.
Well, yeah, but you have a roster right now.
Hell yeah.
You got a roster. Okay, so there
Yeah.
are guys in the
I mean,
picture.
it's just like a little innocent flirting, a little this and that.
How
but
big's the
nothing-
roster right now?
You know, it's always probably like a good couple handfuls. It's like
Couple handfuls,
Yeah,
like
couple
15 to
handfuls.
30,
no,
couple dozen.
like 2.
Well, couple handfuls.
10.
Yeah, handful, couple handfuls.
Are we using fingers? Anyways, so
that's
okay. And what's the biggest the roster's ever been?
Like of people, like okay, when you're saying roster though, you mean like people like it's not like hooking up with just people that it's like things.
So it could either
What
be it could be a roster strictly of people you're hooking up with, or you could also view it
I'm like a one dick at a time type of person.
one PP at a time.
One PP at a
One
time.
PP at a time. Okay. And okay, so
there's always
never been any
backups. There's always-
crossover. No dick crossing. No PP crossing.
Maybe like once or twice, but
Okay.
not really.
All right. So then just
Because
I
like
guess
once we fuck, like we're in love and we go together. You know what I mean?
the first
Like,
time
we go together real bad. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so,
Real bad.
as far as the roster goes, if we're just using that term in the sense of just people you're talking to, what's the biggest the roster's ever been?
I can't deal with too much at once. I probably lied about the couple handfuls, but maybe, I don't know. Maybe realistically more like a handful of just like potential flirting, slowly dating, going. You know,
Okay.
that's about it.
All
It's
right.
pretty boring. My life's pretty boring with the dating world.
And I'm just curious, what's your ethnicity?
I'm Irish, Italian, French, and Native American.
Got it. Okay. Ever had a roster?
Me, yes and no. I have hoes.
You have
Yeah.
hoes?
I
She got
used to,
hoes.
yes.
How many hoes at the most at the most hoes have you hoed? What's the most amount of hoes you've had?
Ever hoed.
Like 6 or 7 at
Six.
one point.
Like
And like hooking up with, or?
Not like all at the same time because it was like during COVID and blah blah blah.
Right.
But
Okay.
yeah,
So 6 to 7 hoes.
yeah,
Okay.
not anymore.
So
Not anymore.
basically one hoe for each day of the week. I like
Facts.
Like almost, yeah.
that. I like that.
And so
like underwear.
roster.
They do.
I don't currently have a roster. I don't currently have anyone to talk to. It's been about like that for like 30 days. I've been really busy with work and I haven't had time to connect with people. Have I had a roster? Of course. Throughout my entire life, I'm sure, or the times I've been single, I've had rosters.
Okay.
My craziest roster was with like 4 dudes at one time, but they all knew about each other, and I was smashing 2 of them, and they were all paying my bills at the same time.
That's a good
Like
one.
one
that's-
bill.
Get that.
I like
Wait,
that.
one bill for each
Like
person?
one bill that they could handle for their job and how much they were making.
Smart
like
girl.
maybe one guy had like the phone bill, but the other one had rent. So it would just be like what they could afford.
Right.
And I was smashing both of them, but they knew about it. And I tried to have a threesome so many times, but they literally hated each other for no reason. I'm like, why can't we all be friends? What?
Okay. Wait, could I have you scoot your mic this way just a bit? No, like scoot it over. More. And then pull it. There we go. Thank you. Wait, so, okay. 4 guys, but only 2 of them you're hooking up with. The other 2, at any point in the future, in the past, had you hooked up with them, or they were just
One of
paying the
them
bills?
I did hook up with like years, like maybe 4 years prior to this.
Yeah.
The other one was just genuinely my friend, but it was very like an emotional like connection, talking often and spending a lot of time with each other. But
Right.
it was just more of a respect thing to not
Mhm.
smash for
I
respect
see.
for myself.
But so 2 of them you were hooking up with, but they were all.
They all knew about each other.
Would you categorize them as sugar daddies?
No, they were all like similar in age. They were really, really cute, really, really nice. They just couldn't afford me individually, so they kind of all agreed to like, hey, we're gonna take on this. We're gonna take as long as they can just be in
Wait,
my
was
life.
this like was there a group chat?
No,
with
there wasn't
all-
a group chat.
Like there was a council?
But we'd be they were the council.
Well, you said they all agreed to cover.
Yeah.
But like, you mean, wouldn't you say, like, maybe that's the case, but wouldn't it be more so the case that you would just have them pay?
whatever they could, whatever
but
they,
they were,
wanted to, whatever
like-
they
I'm
wanted
taking notes.
to.
And they were all aware of each other.
And they were
Me
all
too.
aware of each other. We FaceTime together, hang out. Like we
Okay.
would never hang out together as a group,
Right.
but if I was with one and one would call, I'd be like, "Oh, I'm with this person," or "I'm with this person." Like it was fun.
And you
I'm with my
mentioned you
girlfriend.
tried to get a threesome.
I tried to get a threesome with 2 of them.
Didn't work.
It did not work. They ended up becoming like nemesis, like arch enemies. I was like, damn. They
But
hate
wait,
each
if you
other.
do a threesome with 2 dudes, you mean like you like fuck them at the same time? or,
Yeah,
like, you
yeah.
know, and-
Wait, have
Well,
you ever had a
If
threesome?
Yes,
they're not
I've
into
had.
like if the
I've had a
dudes
lot
aren't
of
into dudes,
threesomes.
then I don't see how that would.
You had with 2
guys
dudes?
and girls, I've had
Like two
orgies.
dudes. Okay.
Yeah.
You've had
Wait.
a lot. Okay. And so, wait, question. So, were the guys who weren't sleeping with you, who were paying for your stuff, were they aware that you said they all knew about?
Yeah,
each other?
they knew I wasn't gonna smash out. There were specific reasons why I wouldn't smash out the other 2.
Okay. But so, and were these guys were the other 2 guys from the club?
Actually, the 2 guys that I wasn't smashing they were from the club. I did meet both of them at the
Okay.
club. Yeah.
Gotcha. And so, but you don't categorize them as sugar daddies. How would you?
They're my friends.
I know they're like younger, so I
They
guess
weren't
when I say
younger.
oh.
One wasn't young. One was
Well,
like
your age, right? You said they were.
one
your age.
was like about 40. The other 3 were my age.
Okay. So what do you call that? Like a guy who just pays for your
My
stuff?
homie, my bestie, my dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
And have you had a lot of guys throughout your life who've done that sort of thing? They'll just pay your bills, pay for things?
Yeah.
Okay. How many do you think?
I think every single one of them. I think that people come into my life expecting that they're going to do that.
They come into your life expecting to pay?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Like 100%.
It's the energy of the
It's what I
future.
attract, I feel.
So what is the biggest one-time gift? It could either be monetary or
My Rolly.
how much is that?
I think it was 36. It was 36 at the time.
Okay. It's real, right?
Yeah, you want to check it?
I believe you. It's just, so 36,000. That was a gift from one of the. Was it one of the 4 guys or some
No,
other
this was
dude?
another person that I never
Okay.
smashed out. That he was just like so
Smashed out,
amazing,
okay.
and yeah, I wanted
And
to
so,
take me shopping.
If what's the most total a guy's spent on you, if you had to estimate?
That's hard because it's like you in one sitting over time.
Like total. So over if you were seeing
Over
him for a
time,
year in total.
Honestly, probably not that much. I think maybe like 150,000.
Not that much. 150,000. Okay.
Just something real low, guys.
That's pretty good. That's
That's the one time, or like
Where do you find
Over
these guys?
time. 3.5 years.
Okay. And then what was the biggest one time? Or no, you already
This
said
is
the
the
Rolex.
biggest
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
one-time thing that I got.
Okay.
But over time, I think between cash, gifts, and trips, I think maybe 150, 200. I would probably put it
Okay.
there.
And then total. So total, all the guys, all the gifts, all the money. You think, how much you think there? Over $1 million?
Oh my God, that's crazy. If I had my phone, I could probably do some math, but maybe like 800,000 over time, I would say.
Okay.
But over a span of like since I started dancing,
Mhm.
so I would say from the age of 22 to 30,
Mhm.
like around there.
Okay. So just shy of $1 million.
But I'm saying like literally like gifts and shit, like gifts and trips and cash and like
Right.
I'm talking about all and everything all
Bills paid.
together, multiple people contributing to this. Like this isn't just one person doing it. I'm talking about like there's a lot of people contributing to this
But
number.
you're not counting in that, like the money you make from dancing, right?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
That's like separate. Okay.
Yeah.
This is just from, what do you call are they called tricks? Is that what they're called? I don't
They're
know.
my
what the,
friends.
Okay.
But yeah.
I don't know the.
Yeah, no, they're
tricks.
tricks.
Yeah.
Y'all
They're
tricks, bitch. The fuck, you didn't know that?
Okay. Do you have any tricks currently?
No, because
more
I was in this
tricks.
freaking relationship for
Okay.
3.5 years, and I just came out on the streets. I'm like 3 months fresh out this bitch.
We'll
like, what am
find
I
some
supposed
later
to do?
after the podcast.
Yeah, I'm gonna hang out here, see what I
Okay.
can.
Yeah, a lot of wealthy guys in Santa Barbara, so.
Old
Yeah.
money. We're trying to get that.
Tell
old
us where to
money.
go.
Very good to know.
There you go.
Christina, I was curious. What's the largest amount you've ever spent on a man?
Okay, see, this is a good question because I do be blowing. I have to spend money on them if they're gonna spend money on me, right?
Okay.
So, the most I've spent on a man, I would probably say, like $8,000 on luxury.
at one
gifts.
time?
Yeah.
Was it a gift?
Yeah, it was
Or a
multiple
trip?
Who's the
gifts.
trick
It was
now?
so many gifts. It was.
Did he appreciate it?
Oh my God, yeah. But that was the person that was really really taking care of me, you know. So I'm gonna take care of him. And I also think that it's important to validate those men that are spending money on us, taking us. Even if you go to dinner and get them a thank you card for that,
Right.
like that means more than not saying anything, right? So it's like
It's gracious.
it's gracious. It's like validating. And I know on the internet, everyone's like, oh, don't buy men gifts. No. If this guy is taking care of you and it's his birthday, you better show out.
Yeah.
If you don't show out for his birthday or for Christmas, that's disrespectful. Also for Valentine's Day, especially if he's taking care of your finances and like maybe your nails or your hair. Like I would say if he's spending $100 on you, then you spend $20 on him. If he's spending $500 on you, maybe you spend $100 on him, right? It's like a show of you appreciate what he's doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
My problem is I just spend too much money on them and I don't get shit back.
I'll
I'm
never
learning from
spend money
Deadbeat over here.
I'll never spend money on somebody who hasn't
What you're
spent money
saying is
on
that
me,
when they show
unless they're
up
my girlfriends.
to do the deed, you have a cash back program. That's basically what you're
What?
saying.
What was that?
You're saying you have a cash back program?
Yeah, this is their 1% cash back.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get a 10%. If it's 800, right, or 100 to 1,000, so it's 10%. So you have a 10% cash back program
I like that.
for your tricks.
Pretty much.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
That sounds like a great deal. I like
Or
that.
one free lap dance.
Just one.